he needs to do one. We would agree, but what I'm saying is that when people are saying he's finished 8th and all that, don't forget he won the FA Cup in his first season when he was the first manager to catch COVID. So let's not forget that.
Shout out to Arteta, the first football manager to catch COVID. Now that is a trophy in itself. That is a trophy in itself. The manager that can do no wrong in a fan base. Welcome back to We Are the South Stand. It's Pulp Fiction time, myself and Pulpy. Of course, the channel is now sponsored by Best Football Shirts. Get over there and check them out. OK Jersey, Best Football Shirts, £15 a shirt. Go and have a look, people. Listen, if you want your 25, 26 City shirts, they've got them all there. If you want your Barcelona 98 shirt, that's probably there as well. They have literally everything on there and some great concept kits. So please make sure you go and check them out. Delivered to pretty much everywhere as well. I can't wait for my shirts to arrive. And of course, always make sure you go and check out Terry's Cult as well. Right then, people, it is a morning where I guess a few people have woke up and wish they could go back to sleep because their dreams are over. Don't look like we're getting Rodrygo, and it looks like we're not getting Donnarumma. Pulpy, now I know you're one that probably hasn't had that dream at all on either of them.
I don't get carried away, mate. I don't get carried away. Look, the Rodrygo one was a nice to have.
Yeah.
The Donnarumma one was. We didn't really need him. But honestly, I made a post last night on X. People spend far too much time wrapped up in transfers, and it ruins people's lives. They must have notifications on for 25 people on social media, and just everything's dictating. It's like just stop giving these mouthpieces the airtime and just relax and let the last bit of romance about transfers stay in it, and just wait till the moment comes when you know it's done. Don't just hang on every word, because all they want is ad revenue. That's literally it.
Yeah, I don't know. With both of these. Right. I thought the Savio one had legs, but I thought it was going to be difficult because of who it is. Because it was being Levy, right?
Yeah,
and
I agree.
I thought at any point Levy could just decide to walk away because of the fact that he has no respect for Manchester City. I don't think he has respect for any football club, to be honest with you, but he don't like us. I think he gets some pleasure into stringing us along for a bit.
You can imagine, can't you, that once Thomas Frank said, "I want this player," he's gone off. Look at
yeah.
What club is that?
Yeah.
Like, are you sure you want this guy? Yeah, definitely want. Are you really sure? Before I started, I said, I don't want to do it. So I imagine that's kind of the conversation. We're probably the last team they want to do business with.
Yeah, 100%. And he knows that because they're the last team we want to do business with, that we're not gonna bend over backwards. I can't lie, 80 million. They offered 70 million. I know the structure wasn't how City wanted it, apparently. But for me, 70 million for Savio would have been a steal for City. I think he's not worth. Looking at the cost of some players at the moment, I think they're going to get Eze for. I know Eze's a bit older, but I think they're going to get Eze for about 55. So 70 million for Savio is a lot of money. But it's being reported that it's actually Pep that's stopped the injury. Stopped the transfer.
I still don't believe any of that.
I don't.
Pep couldn't stop a transfer if he wanted to, unless he was threatening to walk out of his job, and I can't imagine he would. He ain't giving ultimatums over a player leaving. Pep's not going to be here in 2 years, so what does it matter if Savio's still here or not?
Yeah, I just think as well that, like, from everything we've been told, Savio flew his agents over. Savio was interested in the move. Now, it doesn't sound like a Pep thing to put a stop to a move on a player that wants to leave.
Yeah, that's what I think.
That's what Steve, Mr. Twerker. But Pep says he will never stop a player leaving. I don't think he would have stopped. I don't think it would have been Pep stopping him for me. I think it's like before. Remember when they offered 50 million and City said no, and just said no. As far as we're concerned, it's over, right? I think it's the same with this, that they offered 70 million. The terms aren't right in how they want to pay it. And again, City said no.
If it had been 70 million cash in a brown envelope and it'd be here to you now, or a bank transfer, it'd be gone.
Yeah.
If it's Daniel Levy saying we'll give you 30 million up front and then 5 million a year for the next 5 years or whatever, and then a little bits on top, it's like we don't need to piss about. We don't need Klarna.
No. Exactly. This is the thing. This is what I was saying with Alan yesterday. The bit that frustrated me a bit, right, is the fact that we don't need 70 million up front though. So if us just not being happy with the structure is going to stop Savio going and stop Rodrygo coming, I can't lie, it's a little bit frustrating to me. But look, if City want to stand strong on their stance that no, Levy, we're not helping you out, which this would be helping you out if, it's 70 million over 5 years. City don't want dribs and drabs. We don't want 12 million come off, 14 million, whatever it is coming in a year. We want it all in one go. Then fair enough. I guess, and now we'll see, how much do Tottenham want him? Do they want to go away and find someone that does suit their structure? Or will we see Tottenham come back in later in the window? There's still 2 weeks left to go.
I imagine that's the end of it now.
You think?
Yeah. No, I wouldn't have. If it is what it is and it's finite and they've said no, then I don't think there's going to be any budging. That's been leaked out because that is the end. I think.
I hear it. I just, a week ago we got told. What was it we got told last week? We got told that 50 million, and City said no. As far as we're concerned, negotiations are closed. They said that a week ago, right? On 50 million. Tottenham came back with 70. I've said this from the start. I don't think City want to negotiate with Levy. I think City have said, this is what you need to pay, and these are the terms.
Yeah, like it or love it, boss.
So again, right now, this negotiation is over because you've offered 70 million over terms that are not what we told you. We don't want to sit in a room with you. We don't want to have a chat with you. You pay what we tell you to pay, or you don't, right? Because we never apparently wanted to sell Savio. It's up to you lot. If you lot want him, and I think now Spurs will go and look elsewhere, but I wouldn't rule out that they might come back. It's just if he can get a deal elsewhere. It's whether that'll happen. As for the Ederson thing, that was, I think yesterday Galatasaray, we were being told Galatasaray had offered 10. But
yeah, to be fair, they're taking a piss. Really.
Yeah. Do you know what? I don't know if you saw what I tweeted last night, but Galatasaray are kind of becoming like a Timu Barcelona. You know when Barcelona used to just say they wanted all our players, but actually never act like they wanted any of our players.
Yeah, they'd have every player they'd have every player they want, but as long as they're getting for like discounted rates.
Yeah.
Makes rates under the table. It
seems the same now with Galatasaray. That this summer I have seen Galatasaray linked with about 6 City players, right? Yeah. But I think we've probably actually had. I mean, look, if we take Fabrizio as the we trust him, I don't think Fabrizio's actually put anything really of any substance for Galatasaray once. But it now seems that they're apparently interested in Diogo Costa, not Ederson, because ultimately City asked for 25 million for Ederson. Probably because it's
a fair price, man.
It's the same stance as Savio, I think.
He's 31 years old, isn't he? Could you imagine if City were bidding, it was the other way around, and they had a keeper out of contract, and City were bidding 8 million for him? You'd be like, "Are you real or what? Pay the money."
Yeah,
it's worth more to us seeing the season out as a number one goalkeeper than he is 8 million quid.
Yeah. I hear Costa will be more than Eddie, and they probably won't go for Costa. This is a whole thing. I don't know if Galatasaray at the moment are being a bit like Arsenal used to be, where they make out to their fans that they're in for players that they were never really in for, right? Because, I don't know, at this point, looks like, I mean, there's a City Extra tweet. Let me have a quick look. Fucking hell, see.
Just seen it, but it's who it's come from. Nah.
What is it?
It's Romano stuff.
Where are we? City's still optimistic over a deal for Gianluigi Donnarumma. remaining in talks with PSG and his agency. Italian is very keen on a move to Man City, and personal terms will not be a problem. Ball is dependent on the right. So
that was said last week, right? That's the same thing you were saying last week, and I'm saying yesterday, and I'll say it tomorrow. He's just farming.
I think it's probably taken out of his podcast that was recorded a day or two ago. But I think this is a thing, right, with where we are. I think with our squad, I think our board and Pep are pretty happy. I think they're more than willing to take Donnarumma over Ederson, but they want to get the right money for Ederson, and they'd want to pay the right money for Donnarumma because they still have to negotiate with PSG. PSG, I think, we're asking for about 40.
City they're not doing business if we're going to keep us out of contracts. It's the same situation for Ederson. Why is Ederson all of a sudden all to be cheaper when he's more in his prime than Donnarumma is?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think when they were offering 3 million, right, for Ederson, I'm like, nah, keep him. Fuck right off. 3 million. We spent more while we were in Istanbul on alcohol than that, right? So fuck right off. I think 15 million. We should let Ederson go.
I was about to say, what do you think is the
15?
I think 15. Well, I think 20 million
euros. 50. I think 15 million euros, mate. He's got a year left. He's got a year left.
Right. The thing is, he's going there. He's 31. He ain't staying there until he's retired. He's going to be going. He'll be there a year and he'll go somewhere else.
Yeah.
He won't stay. He'll stay there 2 years max and he'll be gone somewhere else. So where does he go after that? And what price do they get for him? And does he then go to the Premier League or to a European rival in his prime?
Nitin, at what point did I say that I'm happy with keeping Doku and Savinho over getting Rodrygo? Please send me that clip now, yeah? Because I haven't said it, bro. I don't know what's going on in your head. You must be watching a different podcast, right? I will now respond to you on that, yeah? So, firstly, on Doku, no one's coming on Doku. No one's bidded on Doku. So Doku is not in this conversation. But I would rather get rid of Doku than I would Savio, right? However, no one's coming for Doku. So Doku's kind of void. As for Savio, I would rather sell Savio and get Rodrygo, right? I want Rodrygo, yeah? So I don't know what you're talking about, Nitin. You're trying to be edgy here, I think, mate, because I haven't said any of that at all. But at the same time, Am I gonna cry? I mean, I need probably, if we keep Savio, I probably have to actually give a public apology because I've said he's not good enough now, right? If we keep Savio, I hope it is on the left-hand side, right? I really do hope it's on the left-hand side because I want Bob to start on the right, me. I really do want Bob to start on the right.
If he has, so let's say he's staying and he's reintegrated into the squad. Realistically, he's probably the bottom of the pecking order now. You've got to be, haven't you? You don't just flirt with leaving and then come back in and show him everything's all right. Bob's ahead of him. I imagine Cherky will play ahead of him on that side as well.
I think, especially with what Pep said after the Wolves game, where he said when he said that that he forgot how important Bob is to this team. And he even actually did flirt with the idea of playing Bob in a central role. For me, let's not do that because at the moment we've got players that can play there. So leave Bob where he is. Bob's already doing better on that side than Savio did last season for me. So what's this? Turkish window is open till 12th of September. We can buy Donnarumma before the sell of Ederson. Yeah, that's never going to happen though, bro. Like, I hear what you're saying. We could, but that is never going to happen. Manchester City are not going to... Remember, we've got Trafford, Ederson, Ortega, Bartinelli, right?
You're saying... a bit to that and open that one or two go. Yeah, nah.
There's no way we are going to buy Donnarumma before keepers go. Not a chance in hell. Look at the way we're doing business this summer, right? Look at how we are doing business this summer. There's not a chance of that happening. No way.
It just makes it as the buying club there, you've got all the power because everyone knows that City have got to sell Ederson. So then the price is what it is, and you know you've got to get rid of him because when it comes to the transfer window, he ain't staying in your squad. So you just have to swallow the wages. So yeah, that's too much power towards a buying club.
Yeah. No, there's no way that we're going to go and buy. I mean, listen, I could be proven wrong, but I don't think so. I don't. From everything the club has been saying, they're happy with keeping Ederson and Trafford, right? So I don't think. I don't know, man. Look, have faith in Trafford at this point, Donnarumma. I can't lie. I want Rodrygo. I'm not bothered about the Donnarumma thing. The Donnarumma thing.
Donnarumma one, it doesn't make sense.
Nah.
It's just full of red flags. It just is. Look, he's a shiny new toy, and he is what he is, right? And if Donnarumma now existed 20 years ago, I'd bite your hand off and say yes. But game's evolved. He's not. He's a dinosaur. He's a dinosaur keeper. He just is. There isn't many of them about anymore.
Yeah.
It suits someone like Chelsea, who are desperate for a keeper. You know what I mean? But for us, the way we need a keeper that is paramount to the way we play. And I just don't think Donnarumma touches that. High wages, you know, great pro, by the way. It's about the signs of it, and won an awful lot of things, and he's very, very experienced. But I just know the red flags don't work out for me. Just the money and the fact that you've just signed another goalkeeper, and that would you basically signed Donnarumma. You're never going to see Trafford after this year ever again. So it's like, why would you buy him in the first place? It's like, I understand he's moving.
It doesn't make that. That's where it never made sense to me. Yeah. Never made sense to me, that one. Rodrygo won this. I think ultimately the fact that we've got, because Ederson, right? If we look at the two things, right? There's 230 people in it. They like to run about 65. So important for the channel that we get over 100 as quickly as possible. So could people please check their likes and smash the like button, get those likes up and over 100 as quickly as possible. Now, where I would look at this, right? If you look at Ederson is going in a year's time, no matter what, right? He's not going to sign the contract extension, so he's going, right? So I think from a City point of view, as part of this rebuild, City are like, do you know what? If we can get the money in now, great, and we'll go and get another keeper, right? But if not, we're not bothered about selling Ederson. I think the thing with Savio is Savio's still got 4 years left on his contract, right? And City are already, entertaining offers for him. I think that tells you that they don't think Savio's good enough. They don't see Savio as long term. And so for me, that's where I think, right, at this point, just take the damn money and go and get Rodrygo.
At the start of last season, there was rumours flying around that Pep didn't want Savio in the team and he might go out on loan again, and they weren't sure. That was the kind of narrative at the start of last season, at the summer of last season, wasn't it? Savio being around the club while Pep can assess him. Yeah. And then he's had a pretty mediocre season. So if there's rumours about him potentially going, then things just don't materialise out of fresh air. Things happen for a reason.
Yeah, 100%.
So if it's not this year, and he doesn't, even if he doubles his output for next season or this season, I'd imagine the writing's on the wall there with Savio. He's a year older, he'll have more experience. His value will still be the same, and teams will still want players like Savio.
Yeah. I can't see Savio staying much longer. I do think personally this season. I mean, if he does say, I'm going to say it, I will back him 100%. I really, really would hope that if Pep keeps him, you put him on the left, right? I think and I know what you're saying, bro. But by the way, actually, just to move away from 1 second. What does Jack Grealish need to do to get a fucking start and to play in his preferred position? I have better things to do with my Monday night, right? A lot better things to do with my Monday night, right? But I thought, nope, I'm going to watch that Everton Leeds game to back Jack, right? Doesn't start. And when he does get brought on, he was hugging that touchline more than he ever hugged at City. He was literally on that touchline for 30 minutes, right? Anyway, I know that like with Jack, it looks like Pep isn't going to play Savio on the left. But for me, I want to see Savio on the left. I'm straight away this. Look, well, where's Marmoush going to play then?
They'll all play, don't worry.
I haven't said every single game Savio must start on the left, right? There's many different games. I actually want to see Savio given a chance through the middle, you know? I want Haaland to get some rest and Savio Marmoush to start some games through the middle. So, but if we're going to keep Savio, please play him in his preferred position so we can actually see if he can cook. Because who was it that I was doing a show with yesterday? And Lee Gunner. And we were talking about Savio, and Lee watched a lot of Girona, and he was like, how good he was on the left at Girona, different gravy. He said, and even I'm pretty certain for you lot, you played him once on the left against West Ham. And
I saw a clip online last night.
And he put in a perfect cross. And I was like, yes. And it just is frustrating that if we are going to keep him, just let's see him in his preferred position, at least.
Nobody plays. We don't play that way. Nobody plays with traditional wingers anymore. They just don't. I mean, I've said this a few times on other places as well.
Yeah,
you show me teams that play with traditional wingers, left foot or left wing, and there's not many anymore. They're all cut inside merchants, and it's the way football is. So sadly, I just think he's going to spend all his time out on the right wing, cutting inside.
Yeah,
and it frustrates the hell out of me as well, because I'd love to see somebody get down the byline and put a cross in. And you just, what happened with that Rico Lewis? Them goals are there to be had. You get behind the line, you put a cross into the back post, and it's pretty much a goal 7 times out of 10. You don't get that often because everyone's too busy cutting inside doing little. It just annoys me.
Yeah. And this is where I just look at Bob and look at the way Bob played the other day and just think, do you know what? It's the simple things. And the same with Rico as well, by the way.
Yeah.
I think both of them, they showed Rico with the assist for Haaland, Bob with the assist for Reinders. Just very simple passing, not trying to do too much, not trying to cut inside and do anything, just simple passes, getting the ball to clinical players, right? The clinical players being Reinders, being Haaland. If they have a space, if they're in sight of goal, you get the ball to them, right? You don't try and cut inside, and that's the problem with Savio and with Doku and with Grealish when he was here, you know. That was right. If you think about Grealish, when Grealish was playing the simple passes, often it led to something. When Grealish was cutting inside and trying to bend it top bins, how many times did he not even beat the first man?
Well, the way players talk about him is the way fans talk about him at Villa is you're doing that every week. And he scored about 12 goals in one season, right? But they say they do it every week. He just doesn't do that. Nobody does that. No. You show me anyone that does that nowadays.
Yeah, not everyone's Robin.
Well, nobody who cuts inside now and sticks one in the top corner every week. They don't. It just doesn't happen. Nobody does it. Just that football's gone. That football doesn't exist.
Do you know
anymore.
what? People are saying that Savio said he prefers to play on the right. If that is the case, then why, I remember one game last season where, and it was early doors, it was in the first 8-9 games, Savio and Doku started, Savio on the right, Doku on the left, and they swapped themselves because they prefer to play on those sides. Now, again, if he does prefer to play on the right, that's great. But at some point, someone needs to pull him to one side and say, look, bro, the stats show that you're better on the left. Because he everything we've seen, whether it be Girona or at City, they look better on the left. Now, it wasn't Boxing Day, bro. They did it before Boxing Day. Boxing Day, you're meaning that was against, it wasn't Boxing Day, it was before then. But maybe he does prefer the right-hand side, but someone needs to have a chat with him. For years, Gabriel Jesus said that he prefers to play through the middle. To this day, I'm still saying that Gabriel Jesus was better on the right than he is through the middle. So sometimes players do need to be told. Do you know what? Memphis Depay prefers to be a rapper than he does a footballer, right? But he's a lot better at playing football than he is rapping. So sometimes people do need to be told. I might be better at my day job than I am being a content creator. So if that's the case, again, someone needs to let me know. But, right, let's move on. Actually, one more super chat, then we'll move on. I think it's very likely City are playing games to lower Rodrygo's price and raise Savio's. Pep doesn't stop transfers if players want to go. I agree with you on that. I do agree with you. Pep don't stop players. And from all intents and purposes, Savio wants this move. Like, that's all we've been shown so far is that Savio wants this move. There's not been anything that suggests Savio wants to stay. For Pep to go out of his way to try and convince Savio to stay and not go, that don't really make sense to me. It's not the way Pep goes about it. And I think if that was the case, that would have happened at the start, right?
Yeah, I feel like it is a financial decision from the club now, not a player wants to leave club decision.
Yeah, I think
I think it's a financial thing, purely down to the player can go. We're happy to go, but one is a player of value to us. He's got a long time in his contract, and the contracts, the terms don't work out for us. So you want him, you pay for him.
Yeah,
or we'll just carry on.
You know what?
And he will stay in the squad.
And straight away, people will. I guess it's been put out there that it was Pep that stopped it. Actually, so far, I think they've just said someone at the club has stopped this.
But yeah, people just slinging mud and just opening some sticks. It could be anybody.
Yeah.
Even if I've seen Soriano taking a bit of heat in the chat here before. It's like, are you guys that bothered by somebody like Soriano, who's an executive? You don't know what he does. You just know that he's there, and now Ticky's not there. You need somebody else to blame. Just relax.
See, Soriano, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty certain that Soriano doesn't look after that side of football. I think
he just signs checks, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he's not.
He's probably looking at it as a business. Ticky doesn't negotiate for the players and who he wants, or Viana does. I want this player. Yeah. Soriano will be the guy that signs the checks and say, right, that's a good deal or a bad deal for the club. And if it's a bad deal, I'm not going to sanction it. At the end of the day, it is what it is.
There we go. Fabrizio saying it was someone on the board high up. So that's not Pep. Right. So it could be Soriano. It could be Soriano.
It could be Viana.
I honestly think this is I think blaming Pep's wrong on this one. Like, for me, it might be Soriano. I don't think it's Pep. It goes against everything that Pep always says about if a player wants to go. And this is the thing. If Pep didn't want him to go, then this would have been closed down a week ago, right? There would have not been negotiations.
We'll never have heard about it.
No.
The amount of players that get bid on, there's not for sale, move on.
Yeah. I think there's more chance of being Soriano than there is Pep. And I do think that now it's on Savio. If we're not selling Savio, it's on Savio to come back, knuckle down. Hopefully Pep play him on the left, but if it's on the right, and prove to us, right? Because for me, it's mad that I'm becoming Bob FC at this point, right? I've seen Bob. And remember, this summer, people, I have said we all need to calm down on Oscar Bob. We've seen less minutes of Oscar Bob than we have Nico O'Reilly, right? I've said that, yeah? We need to calm down because we all think Bob is good, but we don't know how good he is because we've seen more of Nico O'Reilly than we have Bob. However, I've seen 2 games of Bob, one of them only a half, and I'm saying I've got more faith in Oscar Bob finding the right pass and what he does leading to something than Doku or Savio, right? After 2 games. And that is mental. I'm being reactionary now, yeah? I'm doing exactly what I hate other people doing. I just think, do you know what? The eye test, it's so fucking obvious. Bob is a more impactful player than Doku or Savio. And straight away, people that were defending Doku saying, look, Doku got doubled up on. I agree, Doku did get doubled up on. However, when he wasn't doubled up on, he still didn't create that much, right? He can't do the simple things. He tries to do a little bit too much. That being said, listen, I hope Doku is used a lot off the bench, and I hope that Doku impacts the game the way he did last season, because he did. It's valid to say Doku helped us to get Champions League football last season. But yeah, right. Galatasaray now, reportedly, are interested in Akanji. I don't even know has it got legs? It's Galatasaray. Galatasaray have been linked with so many City players. I don't know if I believe it or not.
I think we all know and agree that if anybody was to leave, it would be from the defence. It would be Akanji.
Yeah,
he's the only one that I believe is surplus to requirements.
Yeah,
I know LB's mentioned a few times that you need cover for for Stones and Ake, but I don't know if somebody's got value like that and he's he wanted, then he's going to go.
Yeah. Does anyone in the comments know? We put in the clause on the Vitor Hayes loan that we could call him back at any point. Does anyone in the comments, JMCFC, you might know, do you know if there's anything on Juma Bar's clause? Do you know if there's anything in that we could pull him back whenever we want? But for me, I do think there might be legs in it, because I have been told that Viana wants Akanji, Kovacic, and maybe also Gundogan to find a new club. Like, they are the three that he's pushing. I guess because none of them are homegrown, are they?
No, but I generally think you probably see two or three of them go.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see Gundogan go. I think Gundogan will stay. But I think Kovacic and Akanji might actually have legs. I think those two might go.
Gundogan has no value to anybody. What is he, 35 now?
Yeah.
No one's paying a transfer fee. And he's going to be on his contract's at the end of the year. He ain't getting a new one. Everyone knows that. And it's the legacy of Gundogan and what he might bring to the club after his period as a player. Do you know what I mean?
It's also what he might... I mean, look, there is value to Gundogan in the dressing room. Look, and I don't think any City fans, right, would be irritated if Gundogan stays, because, look, we saw at the weekend when substitutions were being made, Pep did not go to Gundogan, right? So the fact that we are seeing Nico O'Reilly brought on before him, I think...
Do you think that was more to do with the state of the game rather than ability and needs?
Yeah, I do think, and also maybe the fact that maybe also Gundo's fitness. Maybe also, I've got no issue with Gundo staying here and it being down to, if Gundo is fit, Gundo coming on to see off games. Like, I think Gundo's a great choice to have off the bench, right? I still think that. I don't think Gundogan is a bad player all of a sudden, but I think Gundogan offers probably more in the dressing room than Kovacic, more long-term to the club, coaching staff potentially. So with Gundogan, I could see Gundogan staying, and Kovacic...
Yeah, there is value to Gundogan staying at the club for more than playing time.
Yeah,
I like Kovacic.
He's been our captain.
I think he's surplus to requirements too. Especially if you're wanting to use Nico O'Reilly and Nico Gonzalez more, you need them to play. If you want them to play, then something's got to give.
Yeah, do you know what? This is a really good point. If it's true that Galatasaray have put in a bid of 20 million for Diogo Costa, it tells City what they've got to spend on a keeper. Yeah, fair. So now we know. But if they have offered 20. Right, for Costa, then we know, right, so you're lowballing us with 10 million for Ederson. Give us 15, right?
Would Diogo Costa really go to Galatasaray?
I think it's wages. I can't see why he would. I think see, this is the thing with Ederson. Ederson's won it all. Ederson's done everything, and he's 30 years old, right? So that's why he can look at clubs like that. You're right. With Diogo Costa, he's about to go into it's not. I mean, they do have Champions League football, but it's not the type of move that's going to kind of make him go, oh, fuck me, yeah, I want this, but I'm pushing for that move.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. They'll pay him a lot more though. Costa they'll bump up Costa's wages, but now Akanji. Look, I'm here for Akanji. I really look Akanji treble season. I think was really, really, really good, but he caught everyone by surprise. Was it like an almost deadline day signing from Dortmund for 17 million or whatever it was? Everyone's like, "There's no way we sign Akanji and he's going to be any good." Because I remember at the time, Dortmund fans were wanting him gone as well. He was on the scrap heap at Dortmund, and then he come in and just sort of like slotted in perfectly. And I was like, "Oh my god, we got a baller!" And everyone was saying, "What a signing!" We've had 2 good years out of him. It's fine. Yeah, we didn't pay much for him. The way he came in and hit the ground running with his because you got to think in his first season with us was his best season with us. 100%.
He's a mature professional footballer at an international standard. And he came in and showed that straight away. He didn't need time to adapt. He didn't kick up for fuss. He just got on with it and just went in there as a professional and did his job.
Yeah. It was the last minute. It was a bit of a bizarre sign.
Yeah, it was. I was sure it was transfer deadline day.
Yeah, it was
23, right?
52 equals. Yeah. Diogo Costa is on 30 grand a week, from what I'm seeing. Right, he's on 30 grand a week at 1.4 million. He's on a year, right, at Porto. So it's going to be easy to double his wages, treble his wages. Well, it's Ederson to go to Galatasaray.
You get that in any league. You get that in any league as a number one goalkeeper in any of the top 4 leagues. Easily doubling up.
Yeah. But so Akanji. Now the other one, I hope the Akanji one does have legs, because I can't lie. My whole thing is, I guess I am where some people are with the likes of Kovacic and Gundogan, that if they stay at the club, worried what that means on other players. And I'll be honest, I worry that if Akanji stays at the club, at times Akanji is going to be starting over other players that I think probably should start. And I also do think, look, this homegrown thing's not going to go away. So Akanji I'd be happy with. I would like to know on that Juma Bar thing, because Vitor Hayes, we could pull. I'd rather, see, this is the thing. I probably would rather Vitor Hayes is recalled and given a chance than
that's your backup. That's your backup, right? If things are going bad, that's your backup.
Yeah. That's what
I genuinely imagine if it got to the stage where we was having to recall Vitor Hayes from Girona, we're in a bad way, and I'd imagine Rodrygo would probably play centre half above him.
Yeah.
So we'll be all right.
Yeah.
People have got PTSD from injuries.
We have, but we have to remember, if I sit here right now and list defenders, right, centre backs, Diaz, Stones, Vardiel, Kuzanov, Ake, Akanji.
That's 6.
That's 6.
You need 5.
We don't need 6. You need 5. No one goes. I mean, Liverpool still sat there on 3, right?
Yeah, you need 5.
You need 5. Yeah,
plus
we need 5.
Emergency. So you'll have Rodrygo could play centre half for a game.
Yeah, and the fact that we do have Vitor Hayes, that if we do get to a point where there's shitloads of injuries, we can go and call him back at any point.
That's what I mean. If you're desperate, like, oh my God,
if you're really desperate,
we've got one fit centre back for the next month, and he's coming home. But we won't get to that stage again.
Yeah. So for me, Akanji, and it does make sense. Viana's said the ones that Akanji, Kovacic. I think with those two, we might not find out, because they might be later in the transfer window. Sorry, they might be after our transfer window is closed, because I don't think selling Akanji or selling Kovacic really impacts what we're trying to do.
No.
At all. They're just excess players. Someone saying Kovacic won't leave when he's injured. I wouldn't be surprised if he would to somewhere like Saudi, bro. There's a reason why Pep mentioned the Saudi league.
The window's open for another month. The window's open for another month in Turkey, pretty much, isn't it? Just the 15th of September. So that is literally 4 weeks away. So, 4 weeks, he's back. It's not like he's got a broken leg or something. He's just got a muscle injury, right?
Yeah.
So he'll be close to being fit, and clubs will take a chance on him at the end. You could just be alone. You just send him out on loan at the end of the window.
Yeah.
With a view to buy in January or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And this one's got legs, people. Covered Saudi's got real legs. There's a reason why Pep mentioned the Saudi league the other day. Pep actually in the press conference, he never does this, but he mentioned Spurs and he mentioned Saudi, right? There's reason he did that. So I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised on either of those. People, 300 in here. The likes are still a little bit low, only at about 125. Let's get those likes up and over 150 on the way to 200, please. Doesn't cost a penny, and it really, 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 really does help the channel a lot. Also, remember, we're going to be back tonight. Pulp, are you going to come? Are you on tonight?
Possibly. Maybe, yeah.
Myself, Steve, Nobbins, Martin, and hopefully Pulpy will be with us for the Boys in Blue. That'll be back every Tuesday. Right, now, the next one that I've seen is Dortmund in for Echeverri. I like this one, me. In fact, I asked in the poll. Let me check the poll. What do you think of this one? So apparently they've come in, they've put an offer in on loan. They've put in a option to buy. Do you know option to buys work, by the way?
Kind of.
Right. So if a club puts in an option to buy, does that mean that at the end of the window, if they want to buy, we must sell?
Yes.
Right.
So,
yeah. Fuck that. Don't put one in.
Let's say they say we're not them on loan. The option to buy is £60 million.
Yeah.
So that means that when the deadline comes where you've got to put an offer in, the deal is for £60 million. They have to accept that. So City would have to accept the 60 million. A lot of time clubs never just do it; they just put it in there. Just because if he goes there and absolutely tears the league apart, they'll say, "Yeah, we're having him off here for 60 million."
Yeah.
It's the ones that are mandatory fees to buy, where we will loan him and we will pay 50 million.
Yeah, right. Okay. So apparently they Dortmund want to put in an option to buy, but City is saying no. Now I'm with that. Right, I'm really up for this loan move, but that would have to be removed. Simple as, right. The reason why I'm up for the loan move is
that would never get signed off.
Yeah, there's not
unless it's 150 million or something.
Yeah. Oh,
mad,
yeah.
No.
I would literally be saying to them, this is what I'd actually say to Dortmund. Right, okay, cool. So Dortmund, you have a history of loaning players or buying players for very cheap from English teams, playing them for one season and then demanding 80 million for them.
Yeah,
right?
flipping up the big money.
So, no problem. If you want to loan our player, right, that is, from what we're seeing, going to be a world beater, right? This is not like some of the other players that get loaned where they're like, oh, they're all right. This is Echeverri, yeah, who everyone is talking about. You want to loan him with an option to buy so you can flip him. No problem. 150 million option to buy. Or something mental like that. 130 million. You can have an option to buy because after a season, if he goes to Dortmund and cooks, that's the type of shit that they're going to be saying. Oh, if you want him, he's going to be over 100 million. So no problem. Option to buy 130 million. Otherwise, you can just have a straight loan.
Yeah.
It has to be. There's no way that'll be in there. I don't think City is stupid enough for that. But I do like the idea of him going there because at this point, I don't think he's going to feature too much for City. If he goes to Dortmund, he's going to be playing at a very high level with good players, and we get to see just how good he is. I think I really, really like this one, me. Really do. And do you know what? Do you think there's an element of Echeverri that actually wants game time because he thinks
I think he does.
He could get into that World Cup team?
I don't know about that, but he's been playing a lot of games for his club and he's come over here and he's probably realising he's at a good level. Can he sit around City and waste a year? I don't know. These lads are good enough to play, you know. And look, it's about finding the right club for them.
If he goes to Dortmund, right, because Dortmund are a top European team, right? This is not a Mickey Mouse team. This is not Girona, right? This is Dortmund, yeah? If he goes to Dortmund and plays for them and sets that league alight, he could get in the World Cup squad, you know?
I mean, anyone can at this point, mate. Nobody's positions are set in stone, are they?
But it's one of those ones where if you're doing it at that level at Dortmund, then why the hell would you not? Like, I think he could get in the squad. So that's probably why he's actually pushing for game time. I think that would suit us as well. I think that one would suit us, but we have to get that.
It works better in Roma, doesn't it? I think it's a better standard in Germany.
Yeah. The thing is, Vitor, you're saying this. Everybody sees that. That's the trouble about. I presume you're meaning. Oh no, you might not. But this is where, like, I think he thinks he could get a World Cup place, so he would want to go and get game time. That is what baffles me. One move that really baffles me, right, is my man that went to Arsenal, Noni Madueke. Because he's at Chelsea, right? He was getting game time and he'd made it to the England team. Now, if he's gone to Arsenal to be their right wing backup, yeah, what are you doing? Literally, what are you doing? Because
getting a pay rise and staying in London is what he's doing.
Yeah. But he's not going to start for England now, is he? Because realistically, that now means, I mean,
He's never going to start for England. He was never going to start for England anyway. He's only played.
But he could be on the bench. He could be on the bench.
Is he that good?
No, I don't think he's that good. But at Chelsea, he was, he was in the England squad at Chelsea. I think at Arsenal, he's going to get limited game time. And, if Grealish starts cooking, right? If Rashford has a good season at Barcelona, all of a sudden players like Noni Madueke are going to drop down the pecking order very quickly.
Yeah, I think it's a bit early for him. I think everyone got a bit too wrapped up in the hype of him because he signed for Chelsea. Like Chelsea were a massive team at the time. They weren't that good at all, and they've upgraded straight away when they could.
Yeah, 100%. But no, would you be up for the Echeverri?
That's LB that ruining the City fan base.
It fully was LB that one as well.
It was.
It fully.
If his destinations around.
What do you mean?
Yeah, we know. You know what we mean, LB. It was you. Yeah. It was you that ruined it.
Yeah, I'd be down for Echeverri to be going on loan to a good standard and get some game time.
See, this is the thing. Echeverri is a player we should be integrating into the first team, not fucking off on loan. He's good enough to start for us now. How do you know? Like, we don't know this yet. This is a thing. I don't think we know this yet, right? And if we're not, like, he's still young, bro. For me, if he stays, I'd like to see him get minutes, but he's not going to get that many minutes. Like, we have to be realistic. I just don't know if he's going to get enough game time. It's not like, if we're being real, it's just the same with what I'm saying about Savio and Grealish as an example, that we know our manager. And is our manager going to give him enough minutes, right? And I guess Echeverri is going to want a lot of minutes. I think if he goes Dortmund, has one season at Dortmund and cooks over there, then he comes back to Manchester City, like, demanding a place.
And
right?
On merit as well.
Demanding a place. Like, Pep has to pay attention. I don't know, man. I don't know. For me, I want to see him get game time. I don't want to see him end this season with 700 minutes across the season. I want to see him with proper game time.
People, right. I could be looking back at the amount of time I've watched football in the Premier League. There's a handful of players that have ever come straight from South America to the Premier League and done well. Now, in the last 4 years, we've all known one that has come over here and hit the ground running, and he's gone on to do even more stuff, which is Alvarez. You know, they're very rare that somebody comes from South America as a young player and smashes the life out of the league. They just don't do it. They tend to come back to the Premier League in the mid-20s.
Yeah,
they come then. So the odds are suggesting that he wouldn't be that guy. So let him go out and learn his trade. Let him get used to it. Let him acclimatise to Europe and see how he goes. He goes in a year and he does all right, and then he comes back to City, and then look, we all want Rodrygo or something. It's like you never know. He could come back and go out another year. And if we get him at 22 years old and he's a world class player, then we've had to send him out on loan for 2 years, swallow it, and deal with it. Because it's a sacrifice worth making to send him out and let him come back as a world class player than us to develop him and not get much game time. Let him go out and play men's football somewhere and earn his right if he needs to.
This is the thing. This is my thing, right? It's not just, this is not about what I want. This is about him as well. That I personally think if he stays at City, we're going to see glimpses, and I think he's going to look good because I think he's a good player. But I honestly think we're only going to see glimpses. And then
what people expect you, mate, to starting as number 10 and turn into David Silva overnight, and all of a sudden we've got.
Well, this is the thing. Who's not starting over him?
4 games. It's like, come on.
This is the thing. Right now, right? Who is he starting over? Yeah,
nobody.
And the whole thing is, do we not want him to develop? Right? Do we not want to see him get game time? If we knew he was going to be starting regularly, fine, I get it. And again, by the way, someone mentioning this, saying about injuries, then if we did it with Vitor Hayes, do it with Echeverri. Same thing. Put a clause in the contract that if we need to call him back, we can call him back.
How desperate does it have to be for us to be relying on a 20-year-old lad to be playing as in midfield if we're that desperate for injuries? Like, what has happened? We are stacked with midfield options. We are stacked with wingers. You know what I mean? How bad does it have to get that you're looking and thinking, my God, we need him to start this week because we haven't got anybody?
Yeah,
you're talking 10 players, you're talking 8 to 10 first team players out injured, and you're looking at players like that. It's not. It's never going to get that bad. And if it does, I'll hold my hands up and say, yeah, we're in deep shit here. But come on, we can't just have the PTSD for injuries and thinking that somebody has to hang around just in case 6 players get injured. You know what I
mean? Just to this comment, Dapsy Mo throwing you under the bus. If you're meaning Mo, Inter Milan Mo, if you're meaning the video from over a year ago, I'm well aware of that video. We didn't speak on it at the time because there's many, many things that have happened behind the scenes. And some people decide to speak about them openly. Other people, things are deeper than YouTube. When family are involved, things are deeper than YouTube for me. If he has said anything recently, please feel free to contact me on social media and let me know so I can see it. Because if he has, then I would more than happy at this point now speak on everything. So listen, if it is recent, please let me know and some exposing can begin. But apart from that, if he hasn't spoken on me, I hope Mo's channel is doing well and I hope he's doing well. Right. 362 people. Let's get those likes up. I haven't asked you about the weekend. All we've been doing is talking transfers. How do you feel about the weekend?
Oh, it was good. It was nice to be back. And I think all City fans probably thought we were going to win the league. Everyone else thinks we weren't. And now all of a sudden the secret's out of the bag. We're a title contender. You know, so many positives. Reinders, man. Yeah. Oh, he is the missing piece of the jigsaw. We've all wanted this dynamic number midfielder. Yeah, I don't do the positional stuff, 8 or 6, and I just thought he's a midfielder, man. Just go old school. He's a midfielder.
Oh, that is the way he is a bit.
He's a Lampard regen.
Yeah.
I was trying to explain to somebody.
Do you know what? You're right with the Lampard thing. Yeah,
that
you know what? That's a really good shout.
That goal where he scored that first one, when he ran through on goal and hit that, that's what Lampard used to do. Once, do you know what? He didn't need a touch, just in the box and goal. And honestly, he reminds me so much of Frank Lampard. He's neat and tidy. He can run. He's got an engine, you know, and he's just clinical. Yeah. So Reinders, so good. John Stones, rolling back the years. Can he stay fixed? If he does, we are in for a season. Because he's still our best defender. He's still our best defender.
No, fully fit, right? I had this debate, the back end of last season. It might have even been in the summer, where basically, it's back end of last season with an Arsenal fan, and I was saying fully fit, like, because they were saying, John Stones is washed now. And I said, if you're meaning because of injuries, fair enough. And they said, not even because of injuries, even fit. He's right. And I was like, I just go, okay, I'm not even going to have this conversation.
You can't argue with someone who's got that opinion.
John Stone's fully fit, and I'll always say it. The best Manchester City over the last 8 or 9 years has John Stones in it, hands down. Now,
he gets in every team in the Premier League if he's fit. He honestly is the best in this Premier League. If he stays fit, he's the best centre back in the league.
See, there we go. Arsenal fan in here. John Stones was always overrated, bro. I'll be completely 100 with you. A fully fit John Stones, is everything that Gabriel Saliba wants to be, right? I will say that. I will say that happily, bro. My man is the guy, with playing football. When people talk about playing football from the back, that is that guy. But also, it's how much he's improved as well over the years with his defending as well. His defending is absolutely top tier. So, one thing that I really noticed on Saturday was our defending of our defending of crosses and set pieces, catching players offside. Now, I don't know where I want to give the credit. I don't know whether I want to give the credit to Trafford. I don't know if I want to give the credit to Kolo Touré. Or I don't know if it's just Ruben Diaz and John Stones being telepathic. From the minute Ruben Diaz arrived at the club, him and John Stones has always been that partnership that we can rely on. And now those two are back together. The offside trap was working at last.
Do you see that goal, the one that they scored that was offside?
Yeah.
You look at it from the angle where you see the 18-yard box and you see the line. You see the markings on the pitch.
Yeah.
They'll have been told, when the ball's there, this is your line, and you stay on that line. You go out that line. There's like a line in the grass. It was perfect every time they were on that, and the way they are. When it's 30 yards out, they're there, and then it's 40 yards out, they're further up, and it's 10. They just know that. They just know.
Do you know what that is then? In that case, that to me indicates is Kolo Touré.
That's coaching. That
and maybe French as well. Maybe French as well. Little bit as a set piece. This is your line. This is it. And then these are the things you need in your head. When we're here, you're there, and you stay that line, and you hold it, and you can see John Stones looking at each other and Diaz looking at each other and getting that line. And every time it's there, coaching that. Yeah. I just think, the Diaz Stones thing. I've been saying all summer, right, that because I was ready. I think a lot of us were ready to reluctantly let John Stones go, right?
Yeah, that's purely based on fitness, not ability.
100%, bro. Yeah, but the last summer, I was ready to do that. We didn't, and he had an absolutely class season, right? And I just feel that. Look, there's a World Cup in a year's time. For the first time, John Stones is probably having to fight for his place a bit because of fitness.
I don't know. Honestly, a half-fit John Stones plays for England every game. My worry is this international break is going to play, but John Stones is the best English defender there is.
You seem to have found yourself on the wrong stream here, yeah. But you are craving. I've seen you in the comments. You're craving attention, so we'll give you some attention, right? Yeah, you're right. I've only actually supported City for 4 months, bro.
I'm only 6 weeks. Got a brand new account.
6 weeks in. Yeah, 6 weeks in. I'm 4 weeks in. I don't even know the name of the ground we played at before, to be honest with you, bro. But
the thing is, right, I know you're interested in, but accounts like this, the name, the profile picture, just walking red flags.
You've got a fucking picture of Havertz, in your fucking display picture, yeah.
I just feel sorry. The people that are behind these accounts are just like strange people. Strange, honestly. Why would you do that? Like, you'll look back on that in 10 years ago, oh my God, I used to have an account like that with that name and so on. What was I thinking? Just, mate, cry for help. You won't get the help 100%.
Here. 100%. Steve, actually, I do need to make you a mod. I'm going to make you a mod in a minute as well. But yeah, I think the defense, like, and for me, right. What's your take on this? So someone said to me yesterday that we need to rotate, right, Stones and rest Stones. And my view is no, we fucking don't. Right at this point, why are we going to rest him for England? Run him into the ground, right? Of course, if it's a Carabao Cup game, no problem. But for me, I think that for defenses to form strong relationships, they have to be playing with each other regularly, right? I don't want to see our centre-backs changing.
You have to assume, right? John Stones started the season, John Stones is fit. Until John Stones is not fit, then he's going to play.
And that is exactly how I see it should be.
Rotation, I guess if he plays 4 out of 5 games and Vardy comes in or Diaz, then so be it. But if John Stones is fit, John Stones plays until he's not fit.
Yep, that is exactly how I see it.
He's just too good. He's just too good.
And add as moderator. There you go, Steve. You're a moderator now. Thank you. Sorry, it takes me longer than others. Right. Who else? Anyone else? What do you think of Rico?
I thought he was brilliant. I think he's a really good player. He's just one of them. He's never going to be the best player in his position. He just isn't. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I like Rico. I thought Rico did well. Everyone wasn't expecting to play with it, but he did well.
I thought Rico was really good, man. I think Rico
was mint as well, mate.
Right. So I now have to really, really take it back, right? Because during the game, I was watching the game, obviously having a drink while I was watching the game, and after the game, I kind of said, I don't know how good, because we were giving the ball away a little bit, right? And for that reason, I was straight away put it on Gonzalez and said, you know what? I don't know how good a game Gonzalez had, right? But I said, I'm not sure. Now,
until you saw the stats. Until you saw what he had.
Until I saw the stats, right? But the one thing I did say afterwards, I said, I think Sunday was, to be fair, if you're a defender or a defensive player, and I don't see much of you, you've probably had quite a good game, right? Because that's what you
want, an anonymous midfielder.
Well, look at Kirkes on Friday, right? He had a bad game. Why? We know he had a bad game because we saw a lot of him having a bad game, right?
And Wirtz had a stinker.
And Wirtz did.
You saw that and he
someone
got
tried to say
dragged off.
Wirtz was all right. Wirtz was awful. Wirtz's numbers were atrocious. Whereas Gonzalez, when you look at the Gonzalez numbers, and this is what I gave this in some of the, I think in my 5 things we learned, was that Pep is willing to give Gonzalez a chance.
You can. I said this a few times over the last 6 months. With the player Pep was and the personality he is, right? Then players that play in his old position, he is a stickler. He's been taught by the best in Cruyff. He's had a successful career. He's also won everything as a manager at numerous clubs. So somebody like that, to impress Pep Guardiola, you've got to do it my way, because literally it's the king in it. He's king teaching apprentices. Rodri didn't get it straight away. You know, players are coming and haven't done it. Phillips did, obviously wasn't anywhere near it. Gonzalez has obviously been coached for 6 months in training by Guardiola and said, look, your time will come. You do what I say, you will get your chances. You know, yes, he did play games, and but he played out of necessity, not because of ability, right?
Yeah.
Now, there's obviously he could have played more than the season, but if we have to accept that he didn't play because Pep was coaching him to play the way he wants, and then we're just seeing him do that sort of level of performance, you have to understand that the coaching has worked, and the fact he didn't play was worth it. Because what we saw was an anonymous midfield player like that who just did everything right, and it's what we all wanted from him. And it took a little bit of time to get there. Rodri took a year. You know what I mean? You have to.
Yeah, he did. He did 100%. I've been saying this to Arsenal fans as well about Zubimendi, right? Because I know Zubimendi had a good pre-season. Apparently, that's what I'm being told, right? But pre-season and Premier League, and when it's competitive Premier League football, are worlds apart, right? You don't have as much time on the ball, right? And I'm not saying Zubimendi is a bad player. What I'm saying is it takes you a lot longer than you think in that position to adapt to the Premier League.
It's going to be a year.
You ain't got time. You do not have the time in the Premier League.
You can't hit the ground running. You just can't do it.
Yeah. So no, and again, the same. I was the same with Aït-Nouri, that I wasn't too sure on Aït-Nouri. I've seen Aït-Nouri's stats now. Phenomenal game for Aït-Nouri as well. Didn't get dribbled past once. I think he won all of his duels. So also, I think Rico makes sense if we're playing players that hold the width up top, and against teams like that. Now, we can't be playing Rico Lewis if we have a good European side in the Champions League. We can't be playing Rico Lewis at right back for me, right? But
no, you can't play him against people who are going to absolutely give him a pasting. You can't.
Yeah, you can't. But if it's teams that we're going to have a lot of the ball against, then Rico Lewis is absolutely perfect. If we're playing with an actual winger, because what you see with Rico Lewis is you see him inverting, and he just gives that extra number in the middle of the park to help win the ball back. And that was the thing, by the way, that was nice to see. The amount of running we did at the weekend, winning the ball back, and the other thing, the Pep Linders effect, right? Is it
the inhalers? The inhalers have been out in training.
Listen, if we've got inhalers, I'm here for it. Maybe we have got inhalers.
They got away with it.
Fuck it, they got away with it. Bring us inhalers, but no, just the intensity of the way we attacked, right? We were attacking more like a Pep Linders side. I'll also say, actually, and this is a thing where, yes, it is a Pep Linders style, but it also was a Pep thing. That if you think about City during kind of, I think, 18, 19, 17, 19, 20, we were attacking very similar to that as well. A lot more intensity, far less sideways passes, just running at people. And you think the right, most of our goals came from people picking up the ball and running at players. So now I was happy with it.
Short passes and just break the lines and you're free. The killer pass.
Yeah.
You know, the Reinders goal and then the Haaland first and second goal were all done from one pass over the top, one first touch and then goal. Just don't think about it, one touch and just get it done.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly that. It's far more effective.
Moves we're going to get probably a lot of this year.
Yeah. But I'm glad so what you're saying, I'm going to go back and look at the way we were catching them offside, but it does make sense. I thought this has been drilled into them because it's something that I've said last season really pissed me off, right? And actually, I'll give Arsenal some credit, right? The way Arsenal took advantage of set pieces last season, right? And when people called them set piece FC, I thought, no, hold on. Any team that plays football, are trying to score a goal in open play, right? But if you're fouled or if the ball does go out for a corner, you should make the most of it. And one of my biggest frustrations over, not even just last season, over recent seasons, is that we don't make the most of our set pieces. Now, all of a sudden, we look far more drilled on our free kicks, on our defending of free kicks, our defending of corners. It's nice to see that we are actually doing that, because for me, we were missing a trick with that. So,
yeah, I mean, let's be real and bring things back to earth a bit. Arsenal haven't reinvented the wheel with set pieces, by the way.
No.
No, they seem to think they have. They seem to think they've reinvented set pieces beyond set pieces 2.0. No.
Sorry, just quickly. I spoke on this yesterday on a different show, right? You know, during the game, when Arsenal got the set piece that led to the goal, right? The commentator was going, "Oh, look at the way they're lining up. We've never seen this one before."
Five outside the box, Peter Drury like that.
I thought we were watching fucking WWF. And it was a finishing move. He's going, "We've never seen this one before." Okay, cool. They still all just ran into the box and jumped, right? At the end of the day. And then afterwards, Sky Sports put a magical set piece from Arsenal. A magical set piece. What? They all ran, jumped, fucking the ball. Fair play to Declan Rice. Absolutely great delivery of a ball. But apart from that, what was magical about that? Thinking if this...
see that goal, you see that kind of goal in five out every division in 4 or 5 games played on a Saturday.
Well, the thing is, Bo, look, what I would call magical is the fact that our number 10 came on and had 15 minutes of flicks left, right, centre, scored a goal. And by the way, he's not just doing flicks for the sake of doing flicks, right? His flicks are all coming off, right? That was magical. That was beautiful. I felt like I was watching King Clancy again, right? It was, that's beautiful. A fucking set piece where someone infringes the keeper and the ball floats in is mental to me.
Putting a cross on a keeper so he can be tackled. It's like that's brand new. It's, oh man, why has no one ever thought of that before?
Fucking hell, bro. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What was the name of that magician back when I was a kid? Definitely.
Which one?
Oh, the legend as a kid. Was it Paul Daniels?
Paul Daniels, yeah.
Paul Daniels. That's it. Yeah. Fucking magical. Yeah. Paul Daniels magic. But yeah, right. Right. Anyone else? And Bob as well. I think we've spoken, Bob. I think we've spoken, everyone. But now we've got a tougher task, right? Tottenham's going to be a completely different ball game.
Is it really? Nothing I watched in that Tottenham game makes you think Tottenham are any better than they were last year. I just don't know. We should be beating Tottenham easily. I get it. I get these voodoos and all this sort of stuff, but
different manager, different style now.
I don't know. They weren't that good. Burnley played well. Honestly, people are giving Tottenham far too much respect for what they are. They finished 16th last year, didn't they? So to me, I don't care what they are.
No, I would say
a team in the bottom half of the league, and we should beat them at home.
I would say, well, 100% we should beat them, right? This whole, curse of Tottenham at home, it's not like that. I get it. Last season, we had a bad day at the office against Tottenham, right? But generally at home, we do beat them. I also think missing Son, missing...
Yeah, I was going to say that. They've lost the only player that ever really did anything against us, Son.
Yeah, well, and the other one that's good against is Kulusevski. He's out injured as well, apparently. So yeah, I think at this point, Kudus could give us a bit of a problem.
Kudus never done anything to us against West Ham, so I wouldn't be worried about him now.
Richarlison has never been good against us. He's always had a stinker against us. So, but
don't worry, it's easy. It's taken care of.
He's done, because I'm off on holiday. I fly out on Friday.
So, go with me.
You're going, are you? Yeah.
Got a season ticket for this year.
Oh, have you? Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I managed to block the season ticket off someone.
My first game's going to be the derby, to be honest with you, because I'm away this week in Marrakesh, and then I'm going to Chester Races when we play Brighton away with about 40 of Withenshaws' finest, and then that's going to be absolute mess. And then we've got the fucking international break that I hate. But then the derby and then football fully kicks on. Right, super chat from, sorry, I missed this earlier, from Mr. Perfecto. Mr. Perfecto. No, I'm not. What is that? Is that Mr. Perfecto or is that Mr. Perfecto?
I think he's played on both there.
I'm going with Perfecto, me.
Perfectoria.
I salute you on your perfect toes because, you know, I think it's very likely City are playing games to lower Rodrygo's price and raise Savio's. Pep doesn't stop transfers if players want to go. I think you're spot on with this. I think Pep would not have allowed it to get this far if he wanted to keep Savio. But I think it was beginning to get to a point where it was becoming so obvious we wanted Rodrygo that Madrid are going to think they can hold us to ransom. And Levy's trying to pay on Klarna. And City have gone, nah, let's pull the plug on this. And if Tottenham really want him, they'll come in with proper money and we'll leave it last minute and go in for Rodrygo. So I think you might be right with that. Right, people, we will be back at... Let me just check what time we are back because it was on Nobbins. Where is Mr. Nobbins? 6 p.m. I believe we will be back at 6 p.m. tonight. Myself, Steve, Nobbins, Martin, and I'm hoping Poppy's going to join the boys in blue to take Tony's place this season. We will be back. Until then, I hope everyone has a good day. Anything you need to say, Poppy?
I was going to reiterate what I said at the start of the stream. Don't put all your faith in Fabrizio Romano and Co. for your information. Keep the romance of transfers in your own head. Just relax and just enjoy life. Don't sit there on social media on everyone's terms thinking, oh my God, this, that, the other. Just step back and just relax.
What do you mean? What do you mean?